Sky News descended into chaos during live coverage of the Trump-Putin summit in the heart of Alaska as a staff member shouted, "Everyone get out of the room." On Friday evening, August 15, Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin deboarded their respective aircrafts, shook hands, and stood on a stage with Alaska 2025 emblazoned in the front as the world's press captured the historic moment. It wasn't long after the world leaders settled into their seats before reporters started shouting questions at Putin including, "Will you agree to a ceasefire?" and "Will you stop killing civilians?" which he appeared to shrug off. There is no way to know if the Russian president heard the burning questions shouted at him by reporters. The White House press pool, who are traveling with the president, report that Trump and Putin were sat in place by 11:26 a.m. local time, and the press were ushered out of the room by 11:27 a.m. Although they departed together in the U.S. presidential limo, plans for Putin and Trump to have a meeting alone have shifted to include advisors. The U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will join Trump, according to the White House. The summit between the two leaders and their respective cabinet officials began at 11:32 a.m. local time. It is understood that this is the first time in a long while that the Russian president has been in a room with so many independent journalists not controlled by the Kremlin. The work of the Russian press pool that usually travels with the president is very different from how American reporters cover political events. Earlier today, Trump told reporters that his goal is to get Putin back to the negotiating table, not broker a deal on behalf of Ukraine. He also didn't make any promises of security guarantees for Kyiv as part of a deal to end the Russia-Ukraine war. He told the press, "We get along. There's a good respect level on both sides, and I think, something's going to come out of it." He clarified that possible territorial swaps would be discussed but said he would let Ukraine make that decision. Trump added, "I think they'll make a proper decision. But I'm not here to negotiate for Ukraine. I'm here to get him, Putin, at a table." President Volodymyr Zelensky, who is not attending the meeting, emphasized that Ukraine will be counting on America. If the summit goes well, Trump has suggested organizing a trilateral meeting with the Ukrainian leader. This meeting between Trump and Putin marks 6 years since their last meeting, which has taken place at the remote U.S. Army base in Anchorage, Alaska. Mr. Trump has threatened very severe consequences if his Russian counterpart doesn't agree to a ceasefire at the summit. But there are fears that they will discuss a deal robbing Ukraine of the land currently occupied by Russia, something Zelensky had insisted he won't accept. European leaders have been clear that discussions of peace with Ukraine should not take place without Zelensky.